Ah non mais complètement, hein, le gars il me regarde, il me fait tiens, voilà du hentai pour toi. Mec, s'il te plaît, c'est hyper malsain.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav?
Il doit pas être loin. Il est là, tu vois. Fais pas s'inquiéter.
Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
Oh. On est pourtant bien là, tous ensemble. Oh des lézards. Les geckos débilus. Geckos.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
Et là en fait tu te rates et quand t'arrives chez le gars, tu sais, mais putain mais tu m'as vraiment ramené du sale espèce de con. Oh. Le mec il te regarde, mais t'es débile. Yeah, tu m'as envoyé chercher du sable dans le désert. Ça brille. Oh, oui, non, bah, je sais que je suis sorti. Mais très con, la poussière d'étoile, c'était le nom du scuba. Débilus. Oh merde. Je me suis raté.
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
Oh le sac
You
qui s'est fait.
finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
5 pincées de poudre de perlimpinpin feront l'affaire.
You win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat?
Ouais, j'ai stocké la poussière dans ma poche. Et alors?
Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain? Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you.
Embrasse-moi, grand fou.
Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
L'eau, elle est vraiment belle. Je sais que j'arrête pas de le dire.
Ready to go home, boy? Good girl.
Hey! C'est vachement grand comme endroit. Du coup, je suis censé tomber sur des élites quelque part. Ok. Je sais pas si je vais vraiment forcer le trait aujourd'hui dans le désert. Hein. Je pense qu'il va vraiment... Il va vraiment falloir que j'enregistre un maximum d'infos.
Straight home now.
Et merde, j'avais pas le bon. Plusieurs fois que je me fais avoir par ça.
All yours, Torgal.
C'est grand le désert. C'est vallonné le désert. Ouh, une nouvelle plante.
Time to fight.
Les étrangleurs. Oh, choke me. Choke me, Flower Sama. Ça a l'air vachement safe comme route.
There was
Y a
a
quoi là-bas?
time this path was guarded day and night by Lord Kupka's men. But now they've gone. Back to the Fang. Leaving us lesser mortals at the mercy of whatever bloodthirsty beasts they say nested beyond.
Ah, les mecs faisaient quand même leur taf du coup. Intéressant. Ah, cette apparition spontanée.
Run like the wind.
J'aurais pas cru. Waouh, mais tout le canyon là. Scorpion!
All right.
Papa! T'es la panique. Ah! 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 Oui! Esquive! Sable! Mais ce désert, c'est un bordel sans nom! Toutes les merdes qu'il y a dedans! Sans déconner. Et maintenant il y a des gobelins par là-bas, ok. Des gobelins, mais il y a un cul-de-sac chez les gobelins. En dehors du fait de normalement aller dans une autre partie du désert. Ouais. Ouais. Ouais, petit cul-de-sac là. J'ai pas le temps pour des gobelins. Oh! J'adore visiter au pif et trouver des trucs.
No mistakes. Safe. Nice try.
J'arrive pas à me faire au fait qu'il va attaquer dans leur dos. Bon, nous disions donc. Voilà, t'as cassé l'ordinateur, encore. Eh ben ça, hein. Je maîtrise, j'ai l'impression de péter des PC, hein. Bon, en vrai, on va se TP au repère. Vu que mine de rien, on a quand même fait toutes les quêtes secondaires, là. Et ça, c'est bien. Rien ne doit être apparu, normalement. Rien n'est apparu. Je veux voir la tombe de Sid, en fait.
Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You're beat sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
La thune!
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
What do you need?
J'ai du scarlatium, mon gars. On avait dit que tu me faisais des trucs avec ça. C'était pourquoi? Je sais plus. Où est mon scarlatium? Je retrouve plus, tant pis. Pas par là.
editors started reading books that don't have any pictures.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name?
Tu vas pas me donner tous les endroits en même temps que je fasse ça d'un coup?
Oh,
Eh bien, la
Sid,
fille de ton père.
Is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid
Elle
said
est
we might be
motivée,
able to
celle-là
use
aussi.
parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain
Ah,
unwanted visitor has taken up residence
du
there.
tatakai.
It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Oui. Le casque qui est près le gros monstre.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
Ok. On va même se simplifier la tâche. Hein. On va partir du fort. No reflection, pour le coup. Ah, ce jeu il est pas très bien fait, le chocobo il apparaît devant toi, ah là là.
Time to fight.
Ah, c'est ces fameuses ruines qu'on voit depuis un petit moment. Ah oui, c'est vrai que tu m'avais dit qu'il m'attendrait. Hello.
Oh, there
there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
T'inquiète, Babette, je gère.
I'll be right back.
Oh, qu'est-ce que c'est comme monstre? Qu'est-ce qui m'attend? De quoi je dois avoir peur?
Anybody home?
Oh! Salut toi, ça
This
faisait
must be
longtemps.
our unwanted visitor. Time to go. Nice try.
Enfin, il vaut mieux un recyclage de mini-boss dans la map qu'un recyclage de main-boss, contrairement à d'autres jeux, hein? Tu penses pas, Sima?
Nice try.
Oh, l'interruption de glas.
The
C'est
things
pas
I
faux.
do for you,
C'est
mate.
plus simple que le premier.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Mes points de réputation et le level up. Oh, amulet de bravo. Prolonge l'effet des selles. Prolonge les effets à la selle. Par contre, en vrai, c'est un peu... Je comprends ce que veut faire le jeu. Puisque c'est déjà la deuxième fois qu'il nous fait le coup de refaire tomber la pression après ce qui s'est passé. Et c'est que nos persos se concentrent sur autre chose, mais...
I wasn't expecting you back so
In-game,
soon.
c'est un peu long. Pétoncle à épines, rose des sables, et des points de compétence.
Oh,
Oh là là. Oh.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
D'ailleurs, t'as quoi à dire, toi? J'ai vu que t'avais un truc
Welcome
sur
to the
Kuka.
Patron's Whisper.
Kuka.
Alors ça y est, tu nous as débarrassé de
When
Hugo.
I close my eyes.
C'est un souvenir difficile, mais je me le rappelle régulièrement à ma mémoire pour ne pas oublier l'héroïsme dont ont fait preuve nos professeurs en ce jour fatidique. Et surtout, pour ne jamais oublier ces derniers mots, alors qu'ils couvraient notre fuite. Transmettez toujours vos sentiments avec vos propres mots. car eux seuls peuvent faire avec fidélité. Son ultime leçon, pour laquelle j'aimerais le remercier avec mes propres mots comme il le
Only I
voulait.
don't know how.
Encore faut-il les trouver, tant d'émotions affleurent quand je suis à penser à
I
lui.
wish you were here.
Partager avec fidélité ses sentiments. C'est le devoir le plus difficile qui m'ait été donné.
May the goddess go with you.
Ah là, pour le coup, on a une forme de conclusion pour le côté pouvoir enfin dire à tout le monde que Kupka est mort, que tout le monde puisse se soulager, que tout le monde se sente mieux dans sa peau. Mais ouais, c'est pas non plus...
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
En vrai, c'est aussi pour ça que je le fais maintenant. De 1, parce que j'aimerais vraiment voir la tombe de Sid. Et de 2, pour le côté, la prochaine fois qu'on reprendra, on avancera réellement. Je pense que justement, reprendre sur ça aurait été très compliqué. J'aurais plus de mal à reprendre que conclure là-dessus.
I went up to give some greens to the...
Thanks to Sid.
Pour ça, là, on profite, on chill, on avance
Socrates.
tranquillement.
Do you have a moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Ah, regarde-le chez moi et dis-moi ce que tu peux faire avec ce truc. Est-ce que tu sais ce que je peux faire pour créer de quoi protéger et refroidir?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of... pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obolus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Ouais. Let's go.
So, Clive, have you made your decision?
Oh, bon, on va
Who will
partir avec
accompany
Jill, ça fait
you
longtemps.
on your little excursion?
On va partir avec Jill, ma waifu.
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia.
Si en plus ça me permet de débloquer un moment personnel avec Jill, let's go! Mais ouais, non mais clairement, je pense que le jeu il s'attendait pas à ce que je fasse toutes les quêtes secondaires petit à petit. Vu comment il m'envoie me balader, c'est vraiment en mode tiens, vas-y, maintenant que ça c'est fait, si t'allais faire un petit peu de balade. Sauf qu'ils ont oublié de prendre ça en considération qu'il y a des gens qui pouvaient le faire petit à petit déjà par avant.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in them. Fresh cuts! Come and get them before...
We haven't much, but you're free to look. I hope it's to your liking.
Buy, sell, or be gone. And... You're lucky to get that much.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Hop là.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect.
Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool.
C'est ça, aussi. Elle aurait mieux fait de me dire « Ah, j'aurais besoin de ça » et que je devais parler à chacun des personnages pour déclencher chacune des quêtes pour pouvoir me dire « Bah maintenant tu y vas comme tu veux et en fait tu peux les faire les 3 à la chaîne, puis ensuite rentrer. » C'est vrai que ça aurait été plus intelligent. Là, c'est... Là, ils se sont chiés dessus, hein, pour le coup, sur celle-là.
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make.
Ils
What do you
vendaient du
think?
fang bread?
I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... Oh,
You all right?
sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
Le bisou! Faites un effort! Donnez-moi ce putain de bisou!
Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Pourtant, c'est quand même étrange de dire qu'ils ont raté une idée aussi bête que de dire, bah, la quête, tu prends la quête basique, puis tu peux les dispatcher pour les faire comme tu veux, sachant que c'est des mecs qui ont fait un MMO. Donc les mecs, leur jeu de base, c'est un truc où tu collectionnes 48 quêtes et 48 milliards d'objectifs en même temps.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the moon dew. How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Talia how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then.
D'accord.
Jill, would you join me in the
Sima.
infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
Oh. Ils sont choux tous les deux.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
Tant qu'on y est, est-ce que j'ai pas une info ou deux pour toi?
I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
Vas-y.
Is there
Vous pouvez
something
passer
I might
rang
assist
5,
you
ce
with,
serait
Clive?
bien.
I have
Un petit level
compiled
5 là.
some new entries, if you would like to see them.
Petit level 5 là. Oh. Oh. La
If you have a
tristesse.
question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Bah, c'est bon à savoir, hein, d'un côté. Et c'est dommage de te dire qu'ils ont pas... Ils se sont pas dit que c'était plus intelligent comme ça. Pour le coup, c'est étonnant d'avoir une erreur pareille dans deux trucs aussi gros. Que ce soit le 16 comme le 14 surtout.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
C'est bon, j'ai fini. On peut aller voir la tombe de ton
Sorry to keep you
père?
waiting, Mid, but you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat, a coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
Un moment plus tard, on l'aura vu ce texte.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive,
5 ans
Blackthorn,
plus tard.
everyone! That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Can I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
Ingénieur mais pas coordinatrice, hein. Ah là là.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just Daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Moi j'aurais plutôt pensé qu'il l'appellerait Highwind, comme à chaque fois. C'est vrai que l'Enterprise...
It told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clive. Asterix. We'd finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the Twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Ah, comment tu t'es fait piéger.
Is that the thing Tomes helped a bit?
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry at all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, uncle?
Cher neveu, un de mes contacts à Canver m'a parlé de l'Enterprise, donc il soutient financièrement la construction. C'est un sacré projet, et je serais ravi d'y participer aussi. Cependant, j'ai appris que l'administration des villes libres mène l'enquête sur ce qu'elle appelle un chantier naval non homologué. Ça pourrait poser quelques problèmes à Mid, qui s'est attelé à la construction d'un nouvel amarrage pour son navire. Est-ce que tu pourras envoyer Cap sur place? Ça aurait protégé Mid et son chantier de toute intrusion néfaste, j'en suis certain. Bien à toi, Byron.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
Et la petite cours après la petite, je veux cette tombe. Je veux pouvoir
So what?
respecter la
Mid got us
mémoire
to
de
do all the
Sid.
dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset.
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Bon. Oh. La petite quête secondaire qui est apparue mais que j'ai pas accès. Salaud.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Justement, il a pris avec le
Lady
temps.
Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader. Assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Eh ben, on va rentrer et on va pouvoir s'arrêter. Oui, j'avoue que je suis curieux, mais en même temps, j'ai pas envie de le savoir. Qui est-ce qui veut? Oula. J'ai 2 quêtes, une par missive et une normale. Eh ben, on découvrira ça la prochaine fois. Du coup, la rediffusion, on va s'arrêter là pour cette nouvelle session. Et je vais vous souhaiter à tous une excellente journée, soirée, ce que vous voulez. Et je vous dis à très bientôt pour suivre notre aventure sur Final Fantasy XVI. C'était Drakaïne. Ciao tout le monde.